Living opera, understanding diversity. Are you ready for some smooth guitar and saxophone? We're also going to meet Arizona Opera's own Director of Community Alliances and her unique perspective. My name is Wheezy, and welcome to Loud. Hello, and welcome back to Loud, where we showcase local BIPOC talent and other artists who inspire and give voice to contemporary performance. Again, before we introduce our first artist, we'd like to take a moment in solidarity for this land acknowledgement.
Loud acknowledges the 22 Native nations in Arizona that inhabit these lands where they have lived, where they have worked for centuries. We recognize Native and Indigenous people are an integral part of our community. We thank them for their strength and resilience in protecting this land. With this truth spoken, we hope to build mutual respect and connection across all barriers of heritage and difference, and share our gratitude for the Native American, Indigenous, Alaska Native, and Pacific Islander communities that lead, inform, and partner to advance all communities across Arizona.
We have an amazing episode in store for you today, and I am very excited to introduce today's local artist. From our southern neighbor, Tucson, here is Freddy Jay.
My name is Freddy Jay Walker, and I'm a composer here in Arizona. I've been doing music all my life, and I started composing music about 7 years ago. I feel like music has always been something I wanted to do, but growing up, I've always seen like the rock stars on stage and a lot of the great guitar players, and I figured, hey, I need to get to that point of actually playing guitar. Well, a lot of the music that I do is self-taught. I didn't go to school for music, I didn't have any teachers. I'm really intentional about the music I create, so I don't just create music and put it out there. I really want someone to feel something. So a lot of the music I do, comes from the most vulnerable part of me. A piece of the track that we'll be performing is called Alta. It's a full 15-minute track. It has a lot of moving parts. It has some R&B in it and a little bit of jazz as well. And I just wanted the 15 minutes to kind of take you on a journey, but we're only going to be listening to a portion of it. And with that, enjoy this performance with myself and Autumn Dominguez. The track is called Alta.
A big thanks to both musicians for that amazing music. And now, moving on to the taste of the episode. You know the drill. Our friends down in Tucson at the Citizen Hotel are pairing a wine for us. Let's see how it's going.
Hello again and welcome to the Taste of the Episode. My name is Courtney Clark and I'm the Director of Community Alliances at Arizona Opera. Let's meet our friends, owner of the Citizens Hotel and wine expert, Monica Lane.
Hi y'all, thanks for drinking with me again.
And we have Lauren Bostic back with us, who is a connoisseur of wine. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me again.
And we have our eventpreneur, Ashley LaRussa. So Monica, I am going to turn it over to you.
So Clinker Brick is sort of one of the premier Zinfandel makers. Anybody who's doing Zinfandel, especially old vines, probably snatched them from the European continent at some point in the 40s or 50s. They came to California, and I'll tell you what, they found their home. It is what you expect from a Zinfandel. I cannot speak to the age of the vines in this bottle, but as a general concept, these are old, 13,
Bring it
14,
on.
15 generations. I think we should
Bring
drink.
it on.
We should
Are you
taste.
ready
We're
to
gonna
taste?
love this.
Are you ladies ready?
Let's
Very
get
ready,
it.
Courtney.
Let's
All
get
right,
it.
let's get it.
We're gonna smell this wine, which is actually the primary way to lead into tasting it, and then just lead into the tasting.
So I am going to stand by my chocolate here.
Correct.
Blackberries.
Yeah.
Very berry forward.
Correct. Zinfandel can be very blueberry forward, so black and blue fruits.
It's so rich.
Was the food intentionally paired to go with this wine?
So interesting question. So I know that my chef very intentionally tasted the wine, as you should when you're making a charcuterie board, and paired with it. So I think these pairings are correct, but they're not traditional.
Okay.
There's a traditional pairing that we're missing, and that pairing is chocolate. Do we want to taste some chocolate with this?
Yes.
All right. So what we have here, actually, you have an Oreo cookie cupcake, and you have a chocolate raspberry brownie. But I'm especially happy about this because both of these are vegan and they were made locally.
Oh, Lord. I'm tasting things like
Wow.
licorice.
That just became like my new favorite wine taste.
Okay, let's do the rosemary chocolate and the wine.
That's what I just did.
Did you? Yeah.
What about cherry rosemary?
Yeah, yes, all of it. I
all
think
about
this is
that.
the right pairing. I think we hit on it. Who's the artist that we're pairing this with? Because they
Absolutely.
must be something special.
Freddie J.
Oh, Freddie Jay Walker is an amazing local artist.
Yes. He's smooth. He's charismatic.
And think about
very
what we've done.
stylish.
And his
we
music
freestyled here too. We're like, let's try this, let's do this, let's drink that, let's eat this.
Like a smooth jazz.
I hope we get to do
Very,
this tasting
very-
with Freddie.
Yes.
Freddie, come on down. Do this with us.
Well, ladies, thank you for joining me again.
Always an
for
honor.
the taste
Yes,
of the episode.
Always great. Cheers.
Absolutely.
Cheers,
and
ladies.
enjoy the rest of the episode.
Always so much fun. Thank you.
And now, it's time for our Discover segment, where we dig a little deeper on the BIPOC opera experience. Courtney Clark, Arizona Opera's own director of Community Alliances, has only been in Arizona for the past year, although she has quite a robust resume. We thought it'd be a great opportunity to sit down with her, get to know her, hear her story, and see what unique perspective she has to offer. Let's take a look.
In college, you had to make a choice. Is it going to be opera or is it going to be musical theater? I chose the path that I knew was the least traveled by little black girls like me. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, in Big Bethel AME African Methodist Episcopal Church. I initially heard classical voices growing up, be it a hymn, a spiritual, or just Beethoven. I always knew I wanted to perform in some capacity. My first instrument was the flute, but I always sang. I was always an imitator, a performer. I remember being told it's your bedtime. Yet I took my blanket off of my bed. I sat on the floor and I remember the three tenors and I immediately connected to that sound. I never realized the dream till I actually saw Jesse Norman and Kathleen Battle in the Spirituals concert. And then that is what really struck me, seeing two African-American women excel in the art form. I made the decision to pursue my career as an operatic singer. Nashville Opera, I was able to have a fond appreciation for the repertoire from Turandot, Carmen, Pearl Fisher, La Boheme. I felt so alive. I felt free because it's such a release of expression. It's such a joy. All the hard work to get to this point paid off and gained so much knowledge and experience. Being in character and being a part of an opera that never really was intended for me to begin with. I am a purveyor of the art form. I see everything through the lens of art. We need educators and we need community movers and change makers. As an administrator, I am one of those people. We can't kill the beauty of the music. We can't deny the artistry, the passion that drives us. But what I'd like to see is accountability, a form of expression that says, this is problematic and here's why, and here is how we can learn from it, but here is also what makes it so beautiful. This art form was never intended to be in a museum. We want the art form to represent society. We want to create inclusive organizations across the board, from the stage to its leadership table. Opera was originally written for the people, and it's time to bring the people back. Arizona Opera has an established culture. We recognize that there is work that needs to be done. Just creating this position, producing a program such as this. I don't know any other opera company that has allowed living opera, understanding diversity. It is very important that our stories are told authentically by our own. It's an art form that still relates to today's social impact and equality and justice for all that we're fighting for today. This is a part of the strategic plan on how to make us an anti-racist culture. Building bridges in communities who are underserved by the art form. Audiences that see themselves and relate to the art form and building culture around it. And it doesn't happen overnight. It has to be intentional, as life, education, the arts is an ever-changing landscape. You should always, always be ready for a shift. It's not just for us, it's for the organization. It's to move the art form forward. That's what opera is about. Present works that create dialogue and question thinking about your own life and how that work improves or how you need to improve yourself. It's not easy, but it is the most gratifying work. And I know that as I look behind me, there are so many people of color jumping over my shoulders and moving the industry forward. And I do believe that is the direction that we're going in.
And that wraps up our episode. We hope to see you guys next time. I'm Wheezy, and thank you.